Hey everyone, new REM has been released, and yeah, that's pretty neat. We have translations and everything, and unlike normal, it has been like a full night since she's been out, so a lot of the community has more or less a set opinion now. It seems she's pretty overpowered from what people have been saying. I read her kit last night before I went to bed, and I didn't see it. I thought she was pretty bad of a unit, but uh, I guess we'll go over it and discuss why I guess she's so overpowered. So real quick, I'll pull up the translations here. uh, they have translations pinned, but they don't have the memory pinned, which is pretty annoying. It is what it is. Going over the banner again, just normal banner. She has her step ups. They all have the same amount of time remaining. And then, after like a week or so, Otto's going to come out or whatever he does. And then he's probably going to have the same time remaining or whatever. I don't know. Then we have, again, step up banner. You get the one free awakening if you do all 5 steps. So then, as well as the free memory with the increased chance of her dropping at the very end. Then yes, we'll go into her skills right here. These are her stats. Her stats are actually pretty like average, if not under average, with how insane units have been lately. But you'll see why in a second. Her leader skill is 40% attack for red units, which is good because I'm glad it's not a 50% like Festival Orion. It'd kind of just be like a spit in the face to festivals if she just got like a 50% lead. Well, Rhine was a festival, like you had to get really lucky to pull him for 50% lead. So 40 is like a nice in between. Probably I think the first 40% we've ever seen. Definitely from a normal unit that isn't a festival. Then her bonus skills are 40% attack and then 10% agility. So yep, she really likes that DPS, even though her stats again are pretty low, but you'll see why in a sec. Going over her basic physically attack a single enemy with 600% power, triggering a 1-turn cooldown reduction for all allies. I don't think we've ever seen cooldown reduction on a basic, but that's very, very good. So pretty solid. Basics have been getting like a lot better lately, so that's pretty neat. Then we have her passive. Give self immunity to distraction, misfortune, charm, and freeze, and stun for 3 turns from the start of the battle. Jesus. When getting in turn, self attack, defense, and agility are permanently increased by 25%. Clear all debuffs from self every 2 turns. So normally, 25% isn't too crazy every time she gets a turn. That's pretty good though. Stacking, stats at all is just insanely good. So specifically, she's getting attack, defense, agility. So attack, defense, agility. Her HP is staying 18k. 18k is a solid number for a DPS unit. It's just like, normally it would be okay, but it's just the fact that we have her giving cooldown, which is always going to be proccing stuff for your team on basic. Then we have Priscilla being action gauge city for your team. Then we have Betty, or swimsuit Betty, which has been infamous for letting you run laps on teams, especially if they have was it cooldown reduction or something. She procs it whenever your team, the enemy team, has like cooldown reduction or action gauge increase, something like that. But yeah, it's just with that, it's just allowing her to run laps over and over and over and over, and she can definitely stack up really fast. And speaking of stacking up, we have her skill 3 or skill 2, whatever you want to call it. Physically attacks all enemies twice with 750% power. When using a second time, the power increases by 200% and self-action gauge increases by 30%. When using a third time, the power increases by 300%, damage pierces invincibility, and after a 4th time, power is additionally increased by 300%, and the steal all buffs mechanic implements itself and give to yourself before attacking. So not only are you stealing all the buffs from your enemies, they apply before you attack. So if you're facing someone with a lot of rage stacks, that's going to apply to that attack, which is utterly insane. I don't know how quickly or how often you're going to be getting that fourth use of the skill, because it just sounds like you're able to just absolutely roll your opponents by the third AoE. But it's like all of this is mainly with the knowledge of you having the swimsuit Betty and Priscilla. Like, I don't really see her being anything too crazy by herself. Obviously, she's still really good, and if you are struggling a little bit and you have, it's kind of a long fight, she's able to get that fourth time, usage. I think she definitely becomes like a pretty solid unit on your team. It's just whether you can survive it or not, survive until that point or not. Again, with Priscilla and Betty and anyone else in mono red, they can easily get you there. And if you're running a full mono red, even though none of this unit specifically states that it needs any mono red characters on the team for like passes to activate or attacks or anything, you definitely want them on mono red, and it's gonna be like so easy for you to just completely roll. So I kind of see it, her being overpowered. I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just a hater. I have a hard time seeing what they're seeing, but I definitely do see like a lot of potential in this character. Personally, I would skip. Like, I'm skipping. I don't really care about this rem. If you have Priscilla and you have like a really solid or okay mono red, also with Betty, like, you have a good chance of getting Priscilla. If you have Betty, that's really good, because Betty's just an insane character still. Then you can. This rem is potentially one of your best pickups. I could definitely see that being the case. And also Petra, if you have a Christmas Petra, she's always really good on any mono red. She's just a really strong character overall, really strong support. So if you have any of those characters, I can definitely see like picking up this ram being a really good option. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna skip. I'm probably gonna skip for a while. I was planning on finishing Amelia steps, but like, she's not even that good if you don't have twins. And like, I don't know, I just don't want to spend my gems on. I'm probably just gonna save for a while. I don't really want to summon anymore. My luck has been dog shit in this game lately. It's really frustrating because I just want to play the game. I want to make content, but when you pull literally nothing for like months, it's just so annoying. So I'm just gonna chill for a bit and maybe just hoard some gems or something for like a summoning video. Either way, pretty solid unit. Again, if you have any of those characters I've listed off, this is probably like almost a must pick up. I'd definitely see her being really good for that certain team, but I don't know, but her by herself, like, I don't know, I just don't really see the magic. Maybe if you do, pick her up. Obviously a lot of people are just gonna pick her up regardless because she's rem, so it is what it is. Good luck to your summons, and I'll see you guys next time.